guys, welcome back to the show. Today marks the first episode of 2018, and we have a big episode for you. Celebrating the launch of Monstercat Instinct alongside Monstercat Uncaged, here's the...
place to go, but I don't feel cold. I've been been so blind, just lost my mind. But all I have lost, I find. Your face reminds me of these games that memories don't erase. I'll never be the same anymore. I'm on the highest top with no control. And you die. I open my eyes. Do you remember me? I carried on. Through all of these years, you've been my
Okay. Audio. I think this is working better. Desktop audio. Turn you down and let's get that music back. And by music, I guess I mean my kids playing music in the background. That's better. You can really hear them in the background, can't you? Always issues. Okay, if you're on chat, please let me know how. Whoa, what happened to the video? Wow. This is just like loose connections, I think, is causing the issues here. Just really poor loose connections. So just gotta make sure everything's better. Oh boy, what a fun day we've had so far. I haven't done anything of any use. So, what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by my streaming not working was that we were working on last time this React WebdriverIO test site, and so that we can test this app. So we do have it working in Circle CI. Now let's see. So we spin up the environment. We check out the code. What code is that? That is. I'm trying to see. Is it this code here, or is it the ReactJS code? And I think that's kind of one thing that we were working on. I remember was getting this React DOM to build. Yes. Okay, it's coming back to me slowly but surely. Last time I ended up just wanting to build from scratch the ReactJS code and run their build system and then go to this DOM server and run that. So that was what I'm working on. Let me close down some things. So now what we're gonna do is take this Docker file that gets built, I clone from there, and I need to basically in my Circle CI file is add another image that is this Docker file, I think. Yeah, and then the one thing that I'm curious about is, man, they are just jamming on that piano. I think I'm gonna go ask them if they can not jam on that piano. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay. Trying to convince a 3-year-old not to be extremely loud is like trying to stop the spin of the earth. It's just a thing that happens. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is I want to build each of these PRs, the code for these PRs, and run them through Circle CI. So what I have set up right now is I've got the code to run the tests through Chrome driver, but I need a server set up. So what I'm wondering is I can get this image in that I built here, and let me open up my terminal and see. God, he's bawling now. I'm gonna need some soundproofing on my office. Okay, so not there. What is the name? This is React WebdriverIO tests. Let's see what I have running in Docker. Nothing running in Docker right now. Expand that a little bit. What did I name this? Let's check through my Docker commands and see what I've done. So run React DOM, that's what I named it. I think I'm gonna push this up to the Docker repository. So let's see how to do that. I've done that a couple times. There is a public Docker repository, Docker Hub, that's what it's called. And I have worked in it before, and I think, let me go to over here and see what my credentials are. I have a Docker ID. Are they? You didn't tell John? Oh, what? You're gonna hear that from time to time. Because this is actually a podcast I'm listening to from Monster Cat. So we'll be interrupted. It'll be okay. Okay, so I already have a couple repositories here, and in them a repository. Okay, so it's kind of weird. Images are repositories. Kind of surprised to hear that, but React DOM, and then React DOM server. Okay, so I'll create that. Wish I could add a timestamp on this video easily, just to mark that I've started something. Let's see, edit. Let me see what I can do here. I want to record these timestamps for later. 31. Yeah. Start Docker integration. That was about 30 minutes we started that. And then before, just audio glitches and pain and suffering. That's what that was about. Okay, so now I've got this here. I need to push up to this repository. So if I go into create repository, no, not explore. I need some documentation is what I need. Let us check out some things. So how do I push Docker? Maybe Docker push React DOM. Yeah, I didn't want that. I want at klamping. Let's see what I've done before. I've done nothing. Docker push. So, it's a slash. So I'll do React DOM slash. I think I'll do an image does not exist locally. Oh, I need to build that image. So let's do Docker build React DOM. I'm gonna name it React DOM klamping slash React DOM. That's when I'm gonna build it. Okay, now I can push up. Did I do the slash wrong? No, I did that right. So how about React DOM with a version number? Tag does not exist. Klamping React DOM. Klamping React DOM. I mean, it's right here. That's what I built. Why? Maybe I'm not logged in. I gotta get that password again. More copy password. Incorrect username or password. What's my username? Try this again.
I've been fortunate enough to hear the next record live at our car at ADC, and actually while I was on tour in China. This record's big.
I don't get it.
Wait, Dad.
Oh.
My own show? Yeah, I did. And Mike, I've told you this so many times, like you can't swear. Every time you do, I gotta beep you out. What the Okay, let's get back to it.
Jeez. This is kind of entertaining listening to this in the background. It's dumb, but it's entertaining. Okay, so I'm trying to log in, and for some reason my username doesn't work. That was the exact same username and password that I just used to log in. Would it be klamping? Huh. I guess it's klamping. Okay, so now that I'm logged in, I should be able to push this up. Tag does not exist. What if I just throw that in? Yes, that looks like it's actually working. Okay, so the point of pushing this up is now CircleCI has access to this React DOM library, and I can. Oh, I did that thing with the image again. Every time I like shake just a little bit. It's weird. That's so weird. Why is it so picky? Very incorrect. Gee Whiskas. That's a fun little name. Gee Whiskas. Gee Whiskas. Welcome to the stream. And looks like my stream chat thing isn't working. My chat integration. Oh well. I tried 100 different things, only 3 work, and then the rest you just hope don't cause too many troubles. Okay, so how has that been? That's still pushing up. So I'm gonna go back to my CircleCI here, and we're gonna add another image to be klamping, and this is going to be React DOM. And I want to see if on CircleCI image, what I want to see here is if we can pass in a environment variable here that's going to be name of the GitHub branch. So actually, I think it's just the. I can turn that off. This Git URL. That's what I want to pass in as an argument. Okay, so it's not environment variable, it's an argument. So let's see. Create a custom image. I don't care about that. Create a base or require custom tools or files. Building an image, storing. So I got storing images done. Using our image on Circle CI. There's the image. Oh, that's a lot of code for Ruby. That. What else do we have under here? So using custom, I don't really need custom built specifically. I need this Circle CI file. Basics, Docker machine, and iOS builds. This is Docker, okay. Docker, pre-built images, running Docker commands. Maybe this is it. Set up a remote Docker, executes a remote environment will be created in your current primary. Any Docker related commands you will safely execute in this new one. I might want to just set up remote Docker. I think I might just. So this is like Docker within Docker, but this might actually be helpful because instead of just loading this image here, I might want to load the image down here. I'm getting some drop frames now and everything's going poorly. Let me adjust my resolution, my output resolution, and see if that helps. Darn it. I was afraid of this. I'm gonna stop streaming for just a second. Still not looking great. Why is it having such trouble? I wonder if it's this. I'm just going to turn that off. Yes. Remove that. Let's see if that helps at all. No. Not there. Not about, oh, what if I close that? Maybe that was causing some issues. Nope. That looks better. Okay, that's a little bit steadier now. And is this still working? Yeah, that's still working. Okay, so I think I might move this down. Docker login. I shouldn't need to log in, but this would allow me to run this Docker command and pass in the Git URL that I want to use. But before that, I think all I'm going to do is try running this, and I'm going to update my test to use that value. So if I come into my configuration file, and there was a base URL in here somewhere. Is it in here? Input change events. Where's my base URL? That's the path because it's using Chrome driver. There's my base URL. So instead of using this Netlify account, what I want to do is use localhost 3000, not 300, 3000. And okay. Aw, poor guy. I need to, it's gonna sound kind of weird for a second. It's probably gonna jump a little bit. Element container not available. Okay, so it's not visible after 10 seconds. And the reason for that is sites, error shots. If I go here, yeah, so it can't even load the site because it's now looking at localhost, but I don't have my Docker configuration running. So I think what I'm going to do is add this Docker service that I was messing with last time. I don't know if I still have the code for that. Push Chrome driver. Okay, so I need to look in my package.json. And do I have it in here? I do not have that service, so I'll come in and install it. Okay, and then with that installed, I'll come back over to my configuration, add it to my services, and there is a configuration I need to set up with that. Let's see, so those are the services, my Docker options I need to get set up. Even muting the music, that's kind of lamping, and then we're gonna do React DOM, health check on 3000, and we're gonna forward the ports over. This could probably be smaller. I'm not actually sure what SHM means, but I'm guessing it could be like 1 gig. I'm guessing that's a gigabyte. I think that could be smaller, but I think I'll leave that. Actually, I'll just get rid of it because I probably don't need it. So let's give this a shot and see how it works. So the goal is that it will forget a comma. What will it do? It will start this Docker instance, this Docker image that starts the DOM fixtures server, and it didn't do that. Didn't do that at all. I think it's gonna blow up on my music. Come on. So it didn't like that at all. Why not? So I've got that. Okay, so I am editing the right file, which is good. Docker, not push. Let's do like a Docker run. Make sure that this still works. Actually, and then this is going to throw an error because it already has one, so I need to stop that Docker instance. Whoops. And that's going to stop, in theory. Looks like it's stopped. Okay, now I'm gonna run this again, but this time I'm gonna use my K-lamping React DOM, and when I come here, there's something up with this. Oh, no. Maybe, oh, you know, I bet it just took a second to start up. So what's this health check do? URL to an app exposed by your computer, notice localhost. Health check not provided. Start running immediately. Right. Any arguments you want to pass in? Command on Docker ready, Docker logs. Okay. Let's turn this service off for a second and run our test. And we're gonna see it still can't find that localhost, which is really weird because I can get to it from here just fine. So that means that it's not an issue with this. With the Docker command, it's something going on with the test itself. Maybe HTTPS versus HTTP. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so I had HTTPS instead of HTTP, and that caused an issue with the way that it was running. So let's try running this again. There we go. So we got our test passing. Now I'm going to add that Docker service back in there. And I'm going to turn off this manually created image. Okay. Now I'm going to run my test. And I might need to increase my Mocha timeout. I don't know, my Mocha timeout should be fine. There we go. Okay, so that's good. So now I've got this Docker image running. And I wonder if we could, under options for port, I can pass in an argument into there. To pass in that get URL argument. So I'll do that, and then what URL would I want to try? So options, map of options used by Docker run. For more details, any single letter will be converted. Yeah, it looks like we can just pass in an arbitrary argument here. For options that may be used more than once, please use array notation. Okay. Maybe this needs to be args. Oh, that's what. Yeah. So I need to use Docker options. Instead of Docker options options, I need Docker options args. And that's going to be either an array, a string. So not that. Going to be get URL equals, and I'm going to use template strings here just to make that a little bit easier for me. And actually for now I'm just going to manually paste in that get URL, and I actually don't know if this get URL works or not, so that's going to be a fun thing to figure out. I'm going to go over to pull request, and let's see, fit from create. Okay. This is, oh, this is just a documentation change. Okay, this is a small little change. Would be good to test. So I want to test this change. So I need to get to this repo. So instead of Facebook/React, it's going to be how do I view this file? There we go. Darian/React. And yeah, if it were on a specific branch, I don't know if it is. Let me see. Reserve prop. Okay, so it is on the reserve props branch. That's a good thing because a lot of these are going to be on branches. So what's this get URL? So if I need it to be a branch, I think I can do that and do reserve props. I think I can. But for now, yeah, what do I do? Let me six. Let me see what that Docker file. So this uses HTTPS. Okay, so I'm going to use HTTPS as well in my configuration. And before I do this, I actually want to make sure that this works outside of this Docker service. So I had my Docker run command being passed in, and then I can do that get URL, and let's see what that does.
I keep picking up noise in the back, so like, I don't know. You gotta tell them to stop talking.
What's going on in the audio?
Loud out there. It's like people are You're always so loud.
This whole episode's just gonna be.
Go eat sushi or something. I keep
Why is this? Why is there so much talking going on? Yeah, let's get back to the music, please. I need to work. Okay. This is good. If you can't get viewers on your YouTube live stream, just listen to other people talk, and then you get that interaction going on, and you feel like you have people, you know, messing around and stuff. No such file or directory. So I don't know how to pass in, apparently I don't know how to pass in arguments into a Docker run command. Name, DB, company. So they can say motherfucking there, but they can't say it. They bleeped it elsewhere. That's not sure about that. Docker args. So there was an args in here, which is where I found an arg. So how do you pass that in? Arg, name, value. So I think, I don't think I did any of this right. Looking back, I guess I'm gonna have to build that Docker file. Instead of just running it, I'm gonna have to build the whole thing out. So I'm gonna pull that out and then check out download and cache dependencies. Build Docker image with direct git URL. Actually, I'm not going to run it. I'm just going to build the Docker image. I'm going to let my npm test actually run the Docker file for me. So to build it, what do they have? They had documentation here, running Docker. Setup remote Docker. To build Docker images for deployment, you must use setup remote Docker key, which creates a separate environment for each build for security. If your build requires Docker or Docker Compose commands, add that step. Okay. And then before I do any of that, I should validate that this git URL thing works. So if I, instead of Docker run, I'll do Docker build, and then I'm just gonna name it locally. And then over in my documentation, build arg, that's what I pass in, and it's going to be git URL equals, and then in that case, it's gonna be this. Run git clone cloning fiddle unable to update URL base from redirection. Okay, I'm gonna try it without the reserve props. And it looked like it almost didn't paste in correctly. Cloning into React, this seems to be doing a little bit better. This is a blue can, but it still gets picked up a little bit. I guess on the reflections from the green screen. It's kind of weird. Cloning that out. Okay, so this is the command I'm gonna want to run. Docker build. And instead of dash run Docker build. I'm gonna name it React DOM, but I do want to pull it not from this Docker file, which it's not gonna have. I'm gonna pull it from the React DOM Docker file, and I think that's how that would work. And then I pass in my build arg, which is gonna be the get URL. That is taking forever. Let's see what else they have up in here. Building a Docker image using machine with a default image. Machine is true. Login, run, build. I wonder what that run is for. So tash t, as far as I know, is the name. And then this is using that a local Docker image. Build dot. So let's look at the Docker build information. Then I need to make sure that my audio is still working, because sometimes it's been known to just stop, and that's fun. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to adjust my display preferences, because I don't want y'all seeing stuff. No, that's fair. Why is... How do you move this stuff? Ah, okay. Whatever. It's fine. Things are fine. Docker build arguments. So that I did use. What does it do? Options, path, URL. So the path or you build with URL. Let me see if there's like a hub dot Docker. Okay. Never seen that before. Okay, that's fine. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get rid of that because I know that, I'm pretty sure that works now. Now I want to see if I can build that name. We'll call it local React DOM from React DOM. So instead of building, yeah, I was kind of worried about that. Instead of building from my local Docker file, which is here, instead of building from here, I kind of wanted to build from the image defined inside of here. Settings, no, React Info. Docker build from Docker. Push images, nope, pushing and pulling, building images with Docker file and Docker Hub. This is probably what I want. Now I just have to skim through all of this to figure out this is not what I want. Docker build. See, that's still using that local. Build args on Docker Hub. Together with label, build args are very useful to apply custom metadata images. Docker build. So one thing I could do. I was wondering if I could pull down. So pull that down and then build it, but I'm not sure. But you know, I have this Docker file already in.
I bet you didn't know Drulu means to be drunk in Dutch, which is actually really the
I didn't know
only way
that.
I've known these guys for the past
I was unaware of that such a thing.
But in all seriousness, these two are taking over. And
You're funny. You're a funny dude.
here's
Funny.
the job.
Yeah, since I check out here, I am going to have this Docker file already available, so I might as well just use it. That's fine. Build argument, and then I pass in the get URL that I want, which would be here. It's kind of weird that image that came out, because if I don't pass in that, if I just run u, which has worked before. Yeah, see, it's already worked before, so I don't know why it had such an issue with this URL. Let's see something. So that's using Facebook React. Let's see. Facebook React. I do have a clone of this, do I? I used to. So I could, let me fork this. Yeah, I already do. 1 commit ahead and 72 commits behind. Let's update this. And to do that, I need to do git remote how show origin and upstream. Git. I wish there were an easier way in GitHub to basically rebase against Facebook master, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, git rebase upstream master. Is that gonna work? Head to, okay, so if I do a force push here, let me see, git log. So this is what I did. Fix method name in changelog. Okay, so that looks correct. So I'm gonna force push that. I think I did that all right. I may have been wrong, but I could be right. There we go, perfect. Okay, so I do have the latest here. So I should be able to pass in this URL into my Docker build command. And it should work. Oop, that's the wrong URL. Try that. Unable to prepare context. I'm going to evaluate symlinks in Docker file path. Oh, I'm on the wrong build. I was in the wrong directory because there was no Docker file in that directory. Weird. Let me change something real quick. While that's running, I look a little red. What do you think? Let's adjust that. Whoa! Now I'm like super blue. Yeah, that's better. I've got like a 2-second delay. Okay, now I'm not so red. But feel like the color of my green screen changed there, so I had to reset it. Let's up that a little bit. That's a little bit better. I'm a little bit invisible. It's kind of odd. I have a little bit of invisibility to me. Maybe I shouldn't be quite so invisible. I can either have a green halo around me. Oh well, I'll be a little bit invisible. Oh, I've got a text message. Ooh, this is taking a while to download. So this is what threw the error last time. But we should be running ESLint anyway, so it should be fine. Okay, it looks like it is downloading from this URL, so that's really good. I think we're starting to get things pieced together. And what comes next? So I have this running. So in my Docker file, that's good. My config for Circle CI is going to be a little bit different. So I build that out. It's going to be called React DOM from a Git URL. So this Git URL is going to be... I think I'm just going to comment this out for now, because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pass this Git URL in. And that's going to take a little bit of work to get that out perfectly. So I can comment it out because I already have that default React Git URL built in. I don't need to run it at this point in time. It's going to be run inside an npm test. So let's double check. So I have the image of klamping / React DOM. And what do I want to do? I think I'm just going to change that over to React DOM. And I don't pass that in anymore. So I can get rid of that. The only thing I don't like about this is that you do have to, if you were to download this test yourself, you'd have to build this image before being able to run it. I guess I could, in my config, when I run npm test, I could pass that. Audio's better, no cookies. You know, you're making me really hungry for a cookie. I'm gonna take a break soon, and I'm gonna grab a cookie, and I'm gonna eat it right in your face. I'm gonna get real up close, and the crumbs are gonna go right down my beard. There's gonna be one crumb right here that I'm gonna leave on for the rest of the live stream. It's gonna be right there. I need to save that spot, so I'm like, pinch it. Ah, good. Now I've got it built into my memory. That's where I want the crumb to land. Okay, so I'm gonna change this back to klamping, and then in my config, I'm going to pass in a custom Docker options / -image. And this is going to be just React DOM. So this is how you can pass in a custom image to your Docker options. Brilliant. Okay. That built. What if I run that? It messed up because I didn't do it right. It needs lots more dashes. Dashing away. Whoa! I just got like a jump in viewers. It's so weird. I've noticed this about live streaming is that you'll have a jump of, you'll go from like 1 to 2. Actually, for me, it's more like 0 to 1. for a long time, and then every once in a while you get a jump of like 3 viewers all at once, and so you're like at 5 or 6, and then you start feeling good about life, and then they just completely disappear, because that's, you know, that's what I do when I do live streams or when I watch a live stream. I watch it for a second, and if, you know, I just want to check it out, see what it's like, and then I drop off. But yeah, everybody just drops off, so it's not a complaint about that, just a observation that usually whenever I see a large number of people jumping on, they stick around for a second and then have to go other places. So anyway, Docker image. Okay, so what I was doing right here, I wanted to check that this Docker options.image was actually working, and it looks like it's not, because it still didn't pick that up at all. So what did I do wrong here? Docker options.image is a required property. So why would, if I'm passing in Docker options and I'm setting the image, and no, it's not break time yet. Calm your horses. Docker options.image. That might be like a WebdriverIO thing. No. No, I don't want to do that. Stop it! Stop it! Why is that popping up? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Why is it just completely ignoring that option? And the answer to that question is inside the source code. So if I go to the lib, there is a launcher inside of WebdriverIO that goes through the config parser. So I think what I need is the config parser. That's under helpers and not helpers, scripts. Not scripts. Utils. Yes. And in here we have this config parser class right here. And this isn't what we need. This parses the WebdriverIO configuration file, but this is too late in it. What we need instead is the command line interface, which is going to be options config file REPL. So yeah, in here we have Mocha ops, and this is what I was planning on using to pass in this information. I'm not. Michael, the viewer Michael asks, when will we be discussing the Bootstrap grids? And the answer is never, Michael. It's never gonna happen. Get over it. It's not a thing. Could y'all like chat bomb him and be just like, hey, Michael. No.
I'm gonna use this platform to tell you
Somebody's talking to me.
memes are weak.
I'm kind of gray. I don't want to be gray.
I know you can do better. I want you to make that a goal for 2018.
What?
Better memes.
Better memes. Did y'all hear that? We need better memes. The memes must be activated. Let's intensify this color. Color intensity is such a weird thing because, oh, I got a little green going on. I'm still a little transparent. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. Color intensity is weird because it's like, oh, I think I can add a little bit more. I think I can add a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, bam, it's just super bright and awful. Yeah, so if I look at Mocha ops, how do they do it? Sanitize Mocha ops, yeah. So they actually check a couple things here. Do they do anything else with it? Allowed args. So I bet underneath here, there isn't a Docker options in here because Docker options is a service and you can't pass that in. So I don't know what to do about that besides open a pull request with WebdriverIO that says that the allowed arg needs to be added in there. But that doesn't, I don't like that because then you need to add that for all the different services. And I think there's a different solution that I'm just not going to think about right now. So instead, I'm going to say process.env docker image or is it, no, it's it, okay, double pipe. So it's going to look for the Docker image, or it's going to use my clumping one. And to test this out, I'm going to comment that out, and then remove that, and I'm just going to run npm test, and this should fail, as it did, because it's expecting that image to be in there, and I did save that. So instead, I'm going to come to the beginning and say docker image is equal to klamping. Actually, oh geez. Try that again. Docker image equal to React DOM and npm test. This should work. Fingers crossed that it works. Yes. It's not a responsive live stream. Things would break if I tried changing things up. And it is kind of mean today. I don't know why I'm feeling kind of mean. I do have my caffeine. It's got my, in my Yeti mug. I got my caffeine in my Yeti mug. Although, yeah, this actually is Yeti. You see it right there? Okay. I turned it away. I don't know how to use a camera. I do have my caffeine in there. So now I can just undo that. So it'll use klamping React DOM if it's not using this Docker image that gets passed in. And yeah, all this is inside of OBS. This live stream is inside of OBS, Open Broadcast Software, I think is what it's called. And it was actually built, the outlines and all that right earlier today in Photoshop. So I kind of overlay the live parts with the static parts. So yeah, it works a little bit better. And then I can actually just press OK there. It will be break time soon. Okay, so that seemed to work. It seemed to, even though I didn't pass in Docker image, it fell back to klamping React DOM. So if I come back over here, then instead of passing it in like that, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to say Docker image is equal to React DOM. So this will use the local React DOM, and then if you don't have that provided, it'll pull down the React DOM from Docker Hub. Whew, getting some stuff done. Okay, I think that's pretty good. The one thing, so that actually builds. So yeah, the last bit here is to actually pass in the get URL, which technically this works. The thing that doesn't work is I need this to be set at somehow. And I think that's going to be inside of the Circle CI docs that we want to run, pass in a value to their API, because I want to run this build via an API call, not through the normal stuff. But for now, I'm going to run this from just updating all this. So I will add, I'm just going to blind commit. So let's see, update Docker configuration to really allow for custom. What? No sponsors? At first, Michael, I read the lightning on the live video window. I was like, there was lightning on the I remember there was a lot of lightning earlier this week at my place, but it has gone. I should have like, for the background video, just like lightning, just How's the audio? Is the audio, the mic audio, it might be a little echoey? Because this is a very echoey room, unfortunately. I'm looking around and it's very echoey. Okay, so I've got my build running now in the background, and let's see. In here, it is doing the build, which is looking good. We're doing our React clone. Perfect. Okay, so while this is running, let's keep going, and we want to close out all this stuff. Don't need that. Don't need that. I'll leave that open. Okay, workflows. I don't really want a workflow because workflows you can't actually trigger through the API right now. See if I do circle CI workflow API. This is actually an open feature. I haven't checked it since like January. But API job trigger. So this is actually what I kind of want to do. Yeah. Okay. So this is actually what we want. So with a workflow, you can't trigger it through the API. You can only do it through normal workflow stuff. Hey, it built out. Awesome. And so instead, we're going to use an API call. Now, the thing is, when I make this API call, there is a build parameter, awesome, that I can pass in. And I'm going to use Postman, I think. I think. Still, no, it's right here. That's where I want that cookie crumb to end up, is right here. In case you were wondering. Okay, I can get rid of that. Sure. So now I need to convert this over to a circle or a Postman call. Build params, circle job, deploy production. So that's the job that it wants to run. Yeah, that's what I need. Is this documentation. Getting started, so authentication. Uh-oh, looks like some test failed. Element container. Okay. How did that end? So it looks like this built out correctly, but after building out, it didn't expose the website to us. Why is that? 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 What if I just... So I'm going to try this. I remember I never really did test out this Docker change. And my other concern is if setup remote Docker is being run, maybe I don't want to run Docker through here, but I think I do because it's got that health check on it. I'm sure that health check is probably a Docker command line thing. But for now, I'm just going to try running npm test without setting up without passing in this Docker image. let's do that. So git status. All I did was take that out, so I'll add that test without custom image. And I'm going to, before I do that, I'm going to comment out this entire line, these 2 lines. Actually, I'll keep setup remote Docker. I'm going to comment this line because this takes a little bit of time and I don't want to actually have to run it again. So let's add that again, and I'll do my git commit again. And my push. And let's see how that does. Then I'm going to take a break in about 5 more minutes. In fact, I'll set a little timer for myself because I'm getting kind of hungry. I need a snack. Okay. And then, okay, I'm gonna wait for that to run. While this is running, what was I looking at? I was looking at triggering workflows. Header, user projects, test metadata? No. Projects. So that gets the information from it. Follow new project, recent builds, single build. So this is all from builds that have happened. Retry a build, cancel a build, trigger a new build. Okay, this is what we need. Build parameters, additional environment variables to inject into it. Perfect. So build parameters, if we go back to my postman, and under headers, I'm going to pass in build parameters, and it's going to be get URL. And that value is going to be, let's pass in, not that one, just klamping/react. It'll be there. And I need this URL to be updated. Project, so this is what GitHub, and then the org is klamping, and the repo is React DOM tests, right? Nope, React WebdriverIO tests. And tree is master, and then I need my Circle API token, and then I can get rid of that. That's there. Go to authorization, and this is going to be a bearer token. No, I think I'll just pass it in, yeah, through here. Circle CI token, and then, yeah, that's going to be my Circle CI token. And what I need to do here is move this off screen, because I'm not really crazy about y'all seeing my Circle CI token. Environment quick look. No active environment, no global variables. Okay, and then I can edit this to be Circle CI token. And I need to grab that Circle CI token. Failed. So it's not something with the build that's going on that I think. Yeah. There's something pulling image for the first time. Please be patient. Something went on. with this Docker. I'm gonna try running this again. What I'm curious about is if it is going to say that it's pulling the image for the first time again. That's what I'm curious about. Okay, I'm going to create a new token over here. Let's do Postman. Okay. So I can come back over here. I added my token in here. So in theory, what type of post? This is a post. What if I just want to get the latest build? Single build. Build number and circle CI token. What happens if I just run this? Couldn't get a response. Oh, my no off. Headers. I can turn this header off for now. Okay, so that's good. That test is still failing. Let's jump back over here and check out. This is the new test. And yeah, it's still saying that it's pulling the image for the first time. I'm curious to know if this is causing it to error out, like it's taking too long. And why did it try running twice? That's really weird. That's really weird. Let's see. Okay. And let's see if I can post to here with my header and send that over. Oh, there's extra space in there. Could be a bad thing. Okay, so now those dots are gone, but it's still having issues actually trying to post there. Tree master. So let's go down here to trigger new build. And what do they have for their URL? Username project. Okay. So one thing I can do is get rid of that. Project VCS type and oh, GH, not GitHub. What if I turn off that build parameter? Okay, so it is something up with this build parameter causing issues right now. But it looks like this is not the response I wanted there. What type of response did I want? Post, right? So it's a post. Maybe I need to update the content type. Okay, what else? Tag, parallel, all these are optional. So maybe that. No. What's going on here? It's circle CI. Let me double check that I got that right. Whoops. Woo. Okay, so I got that right. VCS type. Let me double check the VCS type. Where's VCS type defined? Current. Okay, so it was GitHub. Why was it just GH? Let's try that. That's better. Okay, so that's better. At least I got a permission denied. That means that the token isn't being passed in correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this. I don't know. Oh.
DMB in 2018. I couldn't be happier. It's about damn time.
No.
Milano on fire.
Manage environments. I'm going to see if I can just manually pass in this token to see if that works. Yeah, that worked. So if I manually pass in the token, it works. So there's something in the way that I'm trying to reference that token that is not working. So I will go back to circle CI token. I think I figured it out. Yes. Okay, let's see if that triggered 2 builds. It did. It did trigger 2 builds. Awesome. Okay, so now that I've got that token working out, this build parameters needs to be set. So I'm going to come back over and cancel these. And then I'm going to try running with my build parameters. And let's see. Okay, so that still threw an error. It doesn't like something about how I'm doing this. How do they do their build parameters? Build parameters. Let's see. Additional environment and variables. A map of names. So maybe instead of that, I can just convert this over to a simple array. And this is going to be get URL. And then here, it's going to look like that. I wonder what that looks like. It didn't pass any build parameters in, unfortunately. Maybe this needs to be a string. Trying to see if I can find any build parameters in here, but I don't see any. I'll go ahead and cancel that build. Configuration. Test summary. No. What if I do it like that? No, still nothing. I'm gonna have to do a lot of this, where I'm just stop and let's see. Oh, you know what? I don't think this is a header that I need to pass in. It might be a part of the body. Text. Let's try that. Must be a map. Okay, so that's better. It's actually trying to parse those build parameters, so that is good. What did they do? It looks exactly the same. Okay, there's only 2. Postman, pass, map, body parameter. It's funny that they mentioned this under Java. Like, oh. Yeah, when you send a request, select raw, and then just send JSON in the body with a, okay. So instead of form data, I need to do raw, and it's gonna be that. So I wanna come back over here, get that, change back over to raw, and then going to do build parameters. Like that. Invalid JSON body. I think these need quotes. There we go. And I do have my build parameters being passed in. Perfect. And then if I come back over to here, I should have one new test going. Awesome. And I wonder if there's any way to see the build parameter coming in. Oh, build parameters right there. Perfect. Okay, so now I have this get URL, which is going to be an environment variable that I can reference. So I'll come back to my config file, and in here, I'll uncomment that because that was actually working. And I'm going to change that out with get URL. It's kind of weird, but it'll do, I think. I think this will work. Let's double check that. Build our get URL. I'm just wondering if when I push this up as just a regular commit, it's going to operate a little bit differently. It's not going to have this build parameter in there. And so this is going to come back as blank. So if it comes back as blank, let's just try this out locally. What happens in this instance? I'm just wondering if it uses the default. It looks like it's, well, I won't really know until I get there, until it gets there. I don't have to do anything right now. Repository React does not exist. So, not perfect. Repository React does not exist. Git clone, get URL React. Okay, so this is coming in as blank. I could do like I could do a check on here. I wonder, I mean, I could do like a default build parameter in my settings for here, build environment. No environment variables. Let's just do that for now. And then I'm just going to copy this value. Yeah. Okay, so there's going to be a better way of doing this, but for the sake of time, I'm going to do it the less better way. And just say there is a default get URL that's going to be defined here, but when I run it, it will be overwritten by other things. So that's it. I think what I have left, this is still failing because it's not able to pull this image. So I think when I get back, I'm gonna write down a little bit of notes. So where are we at? We are at an hour 45. 1:45 is the break. And then we're going to fix Docker service. That's what we're going to do when we get back. Yeah, that's what's going on. So I will be back in about 10 minutes or so, and I'll see y'all in a little bit.
this night with you. I'm higher when I'm with you. So hold my hand, I'll take it through. I'm higher when I'm with you. You know I'm higher when I'm with you. I said I'm higher when I'm with you. You know I'm higher when I'm with you. I said I'm higher when I'm with you, with you. I'm higher for good, baby. I'm higher for good, baby.
Told you I was going to bring back the hardcore. You didn't believe me. Closing out the episode with some of our best UK and happy hardcore. Let's go.
Look up to the sky, aim for the sun. Hold your head up high, no need to run, to run. I'll be by your side. I will be, I'll be by your side. Look up to the sky, aim for the sun. Hold
Okay, I'm back. Let's see if I... Okay, so the video input still works. My microphone is still working. This is a promising thing from before where it would just like completely die out after a break. So it's a good thing. I hope so. Took a little bit longer because I had to do some outside things, literally things outside, and also things outside of this. But one very important thing is that I got a cookie. I have a cookie. It's a small cookie. It's a very small one. It's a snickerdoodle. But it's a cookie nonetheless, and I'm going to eat this right here. I'll show it to you really close. Michael, this is for you, this cookie here. Look at the depth of that. I mean, that's really good. That's not bad for a cheap little webcam to be able to pick that up. So here it goes. I'm just going to enjoy this cookie for a moment. The music really pairs well with it. I got about 10 more minutes on the soundtrack, or on this podcast, before I have to change it to a new one. I'm not done with that cookie yet. Don't you worry. I'm bothering Michael about it because he's not watching right now. I don't know how to get a crumb to fall though. I said I was going to have this crumb fall right here. I don't know how to do it, so I think I'll put it right there. Did it stick? I think it did stick. Oh, it fell. That's so sad. That was a good cookie. If I could go back in time and eat that cookie again, I would do it. If I had a superpower, it'd be cookie eating. Okay, back to it. Okay, don't need that. Did I close the page that I needed? I did. That was some. Where was I? Where were I at? Oh, I can close that. I don't need that. So, having issues with get URL, but I went ahead and updated that. Let me see. What did I change on here? I added that build arg back in. So I'll go ahead and add build arg back in. And that's all right, but now I've got a really big issue, which is that this is not working. Let's see, Docker CLI run health check. Excuse me. Command to run to check health. What is health check? Hold on just a minute. I gotta do a thing. I gotta do something. Okay, I did this something. Docker health check. So Docker run reference. So you can command. So what I'm going to do, let's look at this Docker service and check out. I want to check out and see the actual code for it. So I want to see what it does for this health check. Utils, channel process, deep merge Docker. What's Docker? Okay, so it takes health check in. What does it do? So it does a ping of that. Health command. Health start period. So basically, instead of using this Docker service, I kind of want to just, I was thinking about just going around it and not using the Docker service. Go figure. But instead, I'm just going to get distracted by things. Okay, so what am I doing? Got Docker and it's failing to run. Either it's not running here or there's something with the ports not being forwarded correctly. So what do I need to do? How am I going to test this? I think, oh, I need to, when did I get back from my break? When did I get back from my break? That was at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to say like at 2 o'clock, or not 2 o'clock, 2 hours I was back. And then 2:01 I was eating a good cookie. No, not just a good cookie, a damn good cookie. And what'd that take, like 6 minutes, 5 minutes? Let's say 6 minutes. At that point, I'm fixing the Docker integration. Okay, so, run my install, run my test. What if, let's do a test. So I'll ping localhost 3000. So this should, now what if I do Docker run and I don't pass in any of that, but I just do that. Now if I ping, it's gonna keep returning unknown host. Oh, I can't ping. Damn it. You can't ping a port, can you? Do you want, is there a way to ping a port? Ping a port? You can't ping ports. Do I have nmap? I do not. What is nmap? This is that classic, like, super awesome tool that just does a million different things, but would take 200 hours to figure out, look to it. Because it's got that really old design to it. Really old, like, probably built with tables. I'm guessing this is built with tables. Is it? Oh, I called it. It is built with tables. Somebody remember? Oh my god, it's not, it doesn't have CSS. It's just, does it even have a CSS file? Can it even have CSS? I'm not judging. I mean, it does have some. I don't intend to, like, go hoity-toity. It's just, I've seen these type of websites and they're perfect for what they need them to be, but as a new user of something, I look at this and I go, oh god, where do I even start? And I guess that's probably part of why they leave it this way, because if you're not willing to commit to it, you should not read it.
Good job. You made it through another episode with me. So, at this point,
Okay.
I'll leave it
Thanks, Mike. You did a great job. Let's do the... No, let's do this one.
Hey guys, welcome to Monster Cat Call the Wild.
No, that's weird. Welcome to... Oh, okay. Weird.
Do it on so many different platforms. Get it?
There we go. Okay, so, what was I doing? So I'm looking at Nmap. It looks cool, but I don't know. Saves some people from Nmap can be installed on Windows. Not work. Doesn't exist. Okay, so I was wondering if you could install it via brew. Nping is better suited. Nping is the part of an port scanner. Yeah, hold on, I gotta check something real quick. Unrelated. Okay. That's fine. You can ping a ping, okay. What is this? NC. Let's see if NC is a thing. Because the problem is I need this to run. I really just need this to run on Linux. I don't have to actually have it run on my local. I don't know if I don't know if Linux has the, what was it? Not Nmap. What were they saying? Oh yeah, Nmap. I don't know if it has it, but okay. And then what if I do 301? That throws an error. Perfect. So I think we can use NC. I think maybe. Could be wrong. So I would want to throw that in my health check. That's right. Where do I get a health check? Health check. This is under the Docker run reference. I'm curious to see if there is the Docker file reference. If this as well has a health check. Health check. Oh, perfect. Because I could actually throw that in there. So if I come over to my Docker file, health check. I want to run that. Options, command. Options, check container. So I really need an example here. Interval, timeout, command. Okay. So this would be CMD, and then that's my health check. Well, this is a weird sound. Run from interval seconds after the container, and then again interval seconds. So default is 30 seconds. That is a long time. Start period. Single run of the check takes longer than timeout seconds, and the check is considered. If retries, initialization time that need to bootstrap. And then if I come back over here, health command to run. So if I run Docker run, port, run as a daemon behind the scenes, and then health command is going to be this NC. I feel like that needs to be, yeah, in quotes. That's what I was expecting. Not there. Health command equals that. What's this do? Oh, it's already running. So I need to stop this container, dock it. Don't go green. Okay, sorry. My video's been going green every time that I sit myself back up because I bump my desk and it messes things up and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's run this again. Now if I do docker ps status, the health is starting. Still starting. Still starting. Still starting. Starting. Condescending Murdoch. That's a good name. Starting. Is it still starting? No, it shouldn't still be starting. It should. Okay. Hey, look, it's healthy now. I wonder if it had to wait 30 seconds to run to check. So the problem with this is while it does do that health check correctly, it's not actually waiting until that health check comes back as healthy in order to run the next command. Check every 5 minutes or so that it will serve the site within 3 seconds. Interval, timeout, start period. Okay. That's really weird. It's really weird that this isn't working. Docker image. So what am I doing wrong? I think I will just uncomment that. So I was gonna start Docker here, but is there a way to wait until Docker run? So where's my run command? So this is my run command. Docker wait. Start a container, run Docker wait, which should block until the container exits. So I don't want to do that. Docker events. No, I need Docker run. And then inside of Docker run, I want to say wait to exit out until. So I run it detached, which is something I need, but I also need so I don't need wait. I need a way to wait. And what do they use? In the Docker service, they ping, and if it's done, then it resolves. Otherwise, they check the attempts. So if the attempts are too many, it'll clear it out. Otherwise, it sets a timeout to poll again. Okay, so the poll is here. Fort when Docker is running. So if I have a health check set up already, then it should health check 3001. I should be able to run npm test right now, and this should fail for me because the health check should come back as not running. So it's already running my test. That doesn't. Why are you already running my test? Stop that. Stop it. Shouldn't be running my test. So it should not have run my test because this health check should have come back incorrectly. So there's something wrong with this health check. This .health check is in there.
Brand new Reach and Juke with their track Beast out now. So
Beast.
make sure to get that. Also, let's keep this pace going. Next
What do y'all think about the background music today? Plus, minus? I was having issues last time because I was having issues with the stream, just keeping the stream up and going. But I've got my new computer, my new old computer. It's a very old computer, but it works pretty well for streaming. So I've got that set up. But yeah, now. So this health check, why are you not working? Image health check. URL to an app exposed by your container. Start running immediately, which may be too early considering. Yeah. Do I already have a container running on 3000? No. So that's weird because it waited for it to start, but it also didn't check this URL. Cool. Man. I don't know what I'm doing. Docker options health check. URL exposed. Is this on a newer version? 2 days ago. Maybe health check just got added. And I'm on an older version. That could be a thing. Bug fix. What version are they on? They're on 1.1.8, and I am on... Oh, I just installed it, so yeah, that's fine. What did this? This came back fine. Why does it work? Why is it not breaking? Hey, I could do like not even that, just Is this a website? Is this a website? No, it's not a website. Okay, so this really should fail right here. This should not pass the health check. And I haven't updated. I mean, I've got my health check here. But I didn't actually run the build for that because that health check I just passed in through there. See, it shouldn't be running. Maybe I need a newer version of WebdriverIO? No, I'm on 12. So with the Herc launcher, Docker options health check. I wonder why health check gets passed into there. Oh, that's creating a new Docker instance. So where's Docker coming from? Utils.docker. So utils.docker. There's that health check. URL that verifies the service is running. Report when Docker is running. This.report when Docker is running. Then logger info. Docker containers. Right. So I think what I need to do is turn on logging in WebdriverIO. How do you turn on logging on WebdriverIO? There is a log level, but that's not quite what I want. Type WebdriverIO logs in directory. Everything gets logged. That's not what I'm looking for, but maybe it is. Let's see what that does. I don't think this is what I want. Because I feel like the logger. There's this browser.logger. Oh, I wonder if I need to pass in. Let's see. First, let's see how this command did. Yeah, see, it only logs when you started the session and everything, which is after what we want to check. Logger. Logger options. Okay, I need to check out logger.js because I'm guessing there is a environment variable that I can pass in that will get all this stuff. Named loggers, profiling. No. Maybe it would be in here. The bird. Is there a contributing? There is. Run test. It's gotta be like a node environment or something that you can set. Environment desktop, no. And we'll check out that file. Test environment.
Here's some Monstercat news. 2 shows were just announced earlier last week. First one, March 21st, we have the Hell Deep vs. Monstercat Showdown.
I don't want to hear the Monstercat news.
Miami Music Week information. Make sure to head.
No more Monstercat news for anybody. Nobody gets Monstercat news. Cut that out. Stupid. Node.js before script. I'm just trying to see if they log stuff out because it would be really helpful to see what is being logged out by this. See this dot. Oh, debug. This dot debug. What is? What is this dot debug? debug. What's debug come from? Debug is false, so now I gotta go back to launcher and debug. Okay, so maybe if I go into my configuration here and I say debug to true, maybe that will help. No, that didn't do diddly. Where does debug come from? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong spot. I need to be debug here. Is there a debug in here? I mean, there's the debug command, but that's not what I'm looking for. Test runner debugging, browser debug, launcher, debug args, debug type, process.debug port. Maybe it's in there. Okay, so let's run that. Aha! There we go. Okay. Launching Docker image. Failed to run container. Yeah. So this is what I expected to see, or this is what I was hoping to see, but it's not actually stopping the test from running. You can now view pictures, note the developmental. So this is the output from the Docker image finally coming through. Shutting down running container, cleaning up Docker container has stopped. So it's almost that this whole thing just does not. It just doesn't care. It couldn't care less, or maybe it could care less. This.docker.run, on Docker ready, on Docker ready. What's on Docker ready do? Callback method, which is called readiness determined by the above ping health check URL. And then what happens if I do localhost 3000 here? Let's see what that looks like, what that output looks like. Okay. So that's waiting. So that time it actually waited. Now the question is that because I put on Docker ready in there, or is it because this health check passed? Let's test it with the health check not passing. So there it fails. Okay, that's kind of funny. But that's okay. That's okay. It's funny, but it's okay. Ha 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 ha. I'm okay with this. I do want this health check in here. And did I already have that health check in there? I did already have that health check in there. So if it passes the health check, it'll wait for the health check to complete. If the health check is good or the health check is bad, it doesn't care. It just keeps moving on. It keeps rolling on. It doesn't stop the test at that point. So I think that's okay. Yeah. Let's see what I changed. So I added the health check command to the build. Yeah, that's fine. And then I added it there. What did I do? Okay. Add debug. So I'm gonna run this again in Circle CI using that debug true, and that's gonna help me kind of see what's going on. Hopefully I'll see what's going on. It'll either tell me that the server is running and something is messed up somewhere, or what I'm expecting is that it's not going to come back. I don't really know. Oh, about 30 more minutes left. More like 23. Hope y'all have had a great week. Let me know how it's been going. You excited for Easter? Today is what they call the goodest of Fridays. Because I think every Friday is a good day, or Good Friday, because it's Friday. But this is an especially Good Friday. I guess they didn't call it... Why didn't they call it, like, Great Friday? Because maybe it wasn't, like, a great thing, what happened with Jesus and all that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't call that, like, great. Cleaning up CID. So it is pulling the image. So it is waiting for it. That's good. I'm just trying to figure out how I can be more offensive with this train of thought right now. We've got Good Friday going, and I think that's as offensive as I want to be. Is that bit right there? Okay, so it did fail to connect to localhost 3000, and you see one thing here. It tried connecting, and then this came up after. So good things, it did wait to pull this image. Bad things is that it tried connecting and failed immediately instead of waiting for this command to start. Which the command did start, so that's good, but it still didn't access it from here. I mean, I could... Okay, what... I think I remember something. There was a health check option. Jump down. So there was max inspect attempts 10. You can't change it. Darn. Well, that's dumb. That's not good. I mean, it should have been fine. So that what it gives you 5 seconds to run. Command do? Well, the Docker command is fine. Launching Docker image. Failed to run container. Let's see where that comes from. Reject with the error. And what was the error that came back? Request to have failed.
You guys are loving it. We're going to get into one of our throwbacks now. It's been a few weeks since we've dropped one of these. We're going to go back a few years. This is Haywire with Insight.
I'm just going to try it again and see if it's a timing issue, maybe? Could be.
During our stream. We usually put it up on screen about halfway through the episode. So make sure to vote. All right, let's hear some Haywire.
Let's hear it. Okay. I should like cache this file. But I guess if I run, yeah, if I'm running here, where is it? Here, if I run this build, I wonder if this build would get cached. I probably want to do some sort of caching here. Although, yeah, I guess if the get URL doesn't change, I want to cache it. Launching Docker. Okay, so this is the moment I've been waiting for. Yeah, so it's already failed to run. So this is works at that point. Oh. That's so weird. Rebuild with SSH. Nope, I don't want to do that. Let's see if I can SSH into here. So I want to see, what I want to see is how their container setup works, and if enable SSH. I wonder if my SSH key is what it is. Okay. So there is that. I should be able to run that nc command, right? Where do you go? Where do you go? Where are we at? Okay, so we're starting that. So now it's launching the Docker image. Let's see if I can be quick enough here. So no matter what, the connection is still refused. Okay, so once it's finished, this still should stay up. So I could manually run this this command. Let me see what it was again. Doc debluch debluch. I can get rid of that. And let's copy this over and paste you. Now yeah, so it started, right? But I can't actually access it. That's gotta be a Circle CI thing. Do y'all know anything about Circle CI and like ports and things like that? Circle CI. In here, there was something about Docker. Let me see. Docker machine. So, what's machine? Oh, yeah, I don't want to do machine. Using Docker. Okay, that's that. Test deploy reference. Workflows. I need to search for this setup remote Docker, because that should hopefully tell me some more. Possible to start a service in remote Docker and ping it directly from the primary container. I wonder if that's the issue that I'm running into. To solve that, you need to interact with a service from remote Docker. Start the service and check that it's running. Docker exec. So instead of my app, this should be klamping/react. React DOM. Perhaps it, oh, that's the name. It's something different. Starting process, executable file not found in path. Curls not found? I wonder if because I'm trying to run it outside of that. Name my app. But it doesn't actually talk about. Oh, inside of there, I want to run the curl command. Job in remote Docker running separate. Oh, fudge. So basically it's saying like there's no way to get to that port that you started. So I can build it and I can start it, but and it starts, it's just not accessible. So that's why you want to use Docker exec. What's Docker exec do? Good thing is that I'm learning a bunch of random things. The bad thing is that it's not actually getting me anywhere. Runs a new command in a running container. Well, what if I did ping so the ping works. What about that little health check? Let's see if this health check would actually work. Did work. So we know that it's running. I just can't access it from my machine. And their answer is, sorry, buddy, it's not going to work. So in theory, I could just move all of this over to be inside of this. And I could make it a workflow, but then I can't trigger it via the API. I will have the get URL. And get will be set up here. Let's try that out. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I'm just going to do these things.
Let's drop a featured track.
Drop that featured track, buddy. Derp it. I don't need that. Something like that. And then how do they run? So they run their multiple commands like that. And it's 2. The tabs in YAML files you really got to pay attention to, unfortunately. Get URL will get passed in. That'll get passed to React. And then, okay, so there's nothing at the end that I can do. Is there? There's no way to end it. Okay. Hopefully this time zone sticks with. It may not. I'm not entirely sure that's a terrible thing. I might not need to do this CD again. I'm thinking I don't. And I'll move that here. And then yarn start, I kind of need to run in the background. Start. How do you run something in the background? Just like a ampersand. I think that would just be a single ampersand. Let's try this. What's that do? Start. Oh. So the problem is it's going to get hooked up right here. And I needed it not to do that. So I thought the ampersand run command in separate shell. That's better. Start the command. That's not what I want. I thought it was something easier. Oh, maybe, okay. So the ampersand comes at the end. not a dollar sign. Ampersand, and then here I throw an ampersand. Okay, let's try that again. I don't know if that actually did it, but I think what I'll do is just do cd yarn, not cd, I'll just do yarn start. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close that out. I'm gonna go back to where I was at. I'm gonna run this one, which actually I technically don't need to do because I've already done it several times now. And then I'm gonna run this command, which should run in the background. See, it kind of did there for a second and then it took over. But if I do a localhost 3000, it's running. I'm gonna go with this. Let's see how this works. So I can close out of here. And then hopefully this works, because then I'll end the stream and I can start my weekend. Why did that one take forever? Oh, because it was the SSH one, that's right. Okay, so here it is, running all that. So this is the git clone. Yeah, this is the git clone of that URL. And that takes a bit of time to download. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum bum. So now it's running the install. Good. Now it's building, which is good. And it seems to be waiting for all this stuff to go through before moving on. It did cd into the React. Let's see how that. So I cloned, then I cd React and yarn build. So the question is that fixture is going to be good? And it yarn and yarn pre-start. Good. That seems to be working correctly. Oh! What happened? So that finished. Directory you're trying to is not empty and not a Git repository. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to move this over. So I check out onto there. Okay, let's move that there instead. But our commands and everything ran just fine. That was good. And then I don't know if it actually started that server or not. Because that's the build. Yeah. I wonder if yarn start has anything like a way that you can tell it. But yarn start only runs a command that's already in there. So that's under fixtures, DOM, package, start, we'll run React script start. Plop, 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 plop. That's not how you spell options. That's how you spell plop, 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 plop. Yes, it does. But it's closed, so that looks promising. Hope this command works well for you. npm start pm2. Yeah, I guess I could. I'd have to install PM2. I think I already have it installed locally. Yeah, I don't have it installed locally. Okay, well, I'm gonna not worry about that for now. Let's close out some of this stuff. And I'm just gonna try. Let's see how that does. So I can close out of Postman, don't need you anymore. I can actually quit out of that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it got to here. That's good. Doing the install thing. Okay. Look how It's so weird that the white on my shirt is transparent. Why is that? Why is it transparent? I don't know.
This is Note Taker with his track Too Smooth featuring Gray Matter. Thanks everyone for listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe to our playlist.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. There's a YouTube video that does that, and it's very inappropriate at the end, but it is hilarious. You should look it up. Like, follow, and subscribe. Oh. I forgot to get rid of some other stuff. Oh. I can comment. I'm going to turn off Docker. I could probably just do like a empty services array because you can pass in the services that you want to pass in. Something like that. Let me double check that this works. That didn't seem like it worked at all. Oh, I'll just turn that off for now. Oh. Chrome driver. Yeah. Weird. I'm out of soda. Does LaCroix count as soda? Yes or no? Discuss. Let me know in the comments after you like, comment, and subscribe. Actually, no. Don't comment. Just like and subscribe, and then let me know in the comments. This tea is really good, though. I don't know what I did to it to make it so good, but it's good. It's good. I might play a little bit of Steam. Well, I mean, you don't play Steam, you play a game on Steam. I might play a game on Steam in just a second. As like a final foray. Foray? That's not the word. Yeah. Planet Coaster's on sale. I need to play more Planet Coaster. I haven't played that nearly as much. Wow, Planet Coaster's on sale for only $20. Nerd Bird. Oh, and they have... Oh my god. I've not been paying attention to Planet Coaster. Uh-oh. A new one's coming up. It's been a while.
I guess you guys are stuck with me, so...
What do they have? Darn! Well, it ran. It just didn't start the server, I don't think. I think that last command kind of failed out somewhere. It either didn't give this long enough to go or something. But I am just like worn out thinking about this. So I think I'm going to call this a day. And instead... let's do something here. Y'all ever see Super Hexagon? How do I configure this? Oh my god, what in the world? Those are locked. Darn, I wanted to play that, but it's full screen and I can't get out of full screen on it. Haha, there we go. That's not even full screen. Ever see this game? This is a really crazy game. So you have to, it usually goes with music. Oh, turn, nope, 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 nope. Oh. Bad, okay. Usually goes with music, so I'd have to get the music set up. Let me see if I can. I already have a headphone in. Jump back here, and then can I can't get to, like, it just completely controls my mouse. There's music to it. Oh, oh, oh. I got 4.5 seconds. Let me see something real quick. Pause that. And desktop audio video capture device 1. Turn you on, and then that's that. And I need to change my output to be there. Audio hijack. So basically turn off. I don't care about you. Input device. This is nothing I want. application. Super hexagon. To output device and to output devices. Yes, there we go. And then come back here.
Begin. Game over.
Oh my, that must have been super loud for you. I'm sorry. That must have just killed your ears. Let's try that again.
Begin.
What is that sound? That's that sound. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Oh, this is easy.
Game over.
I made it decently far that time.
Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin.
I forget how much I hate this game. Why I haven't played it just a ton. It's annoying. Although it is.
Line.
Hey, that wasn't terrible. Oh gosh.
Game
What?
over.
What happened to the
Begin.
It did. Like completely swapped looks. It's really confusing.
Game over. Begin.
I like when I just get to sit and not do anything. Like my favorite job.
Game over. Begin.
Going away.
Game over. Begin.
Oh, why'd you gotta
Game
spin?
over.
That's the hardest part, is it starts spinning on me.
Begin. Game over. Begin.
I wonder how, like, people get decent at this. How good they can
Game over. Begin.
do. It didn't spin. It changes your left and your right.
Line. Game over.
I got to 10 seconds. It's not bad. My best is 21 seconds. How the world?
Begin.
Why did I move? Why did I move? I didn't move.
Game over. Begin.
Oh.
Game over. Begin.
Barely dodged that one.
Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over.
Oh, that was on the line. Stage select. So I've got difficulty hard, difficulty harder, or difficulty hardest. How are you supposed to get
Begin.
past this where I can't even make it 10 seconds?
Line. Game over. Begin.
Kid's trying to break in.
Line.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, Jesus.
Game over. Begin.
Try just one more time. Just one more time.
Game over.
But that
Begin.
wasn't long, so I gotta...
Line. Game over.
That was insane.
Begin. Line.
Oh, it's spinning so fast.
Game
Oh my God.
over.
What? I don't understand how you get past that. I've got friends who play this. That's cool. I have friends who play this.
Begin.
What do you do when it gets there?
Line. Game over.
How did I do? I did 18 seconds on that one? That's not terrible. Can I get to 21? I don't know.
Begin. Line. Game over.
Oh my god. I think I kind of understand how it goes.
Begin.
That's crazy.
Line.
There. Nope. Nope.
Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin.
Spin so much.
Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Line. Game
Oh,
over.
it like becomes amazing.
Begin.
Maybe you have to get through instead of just like these little ones.
Game over.
Got it.
Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin.
Nope, 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 nope. Jeez.
Game over.
How do you get to 30 seconds?
Begin.
You can't get to 20.
Line. Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin.
Close, close, close.
Game over. Begin. Game over. Begin. Game
What am I
over.
doing?
Begin. Line.
Oh, Jesus.
Game over. Begin. Line. Game over. Begin.
Oh my god.
Line.
This is gonna kill me.
Game
Oh, I had to go
over.
the other way. Yeah, see, I had to go like do. Oh, jeez, that's insane. Okay, well, thank y'all for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.